Good morning, afternoon. Most of you are afternoon. So, good afternoon, everybody. Um, Sorry I'm a little bit late and didn't put my lip cream on, but now I have. Okay, we are going to finish up our mixed metal stacker situation we've had going, and hopefully we can even do a bracelet and some earrings. I have enough beads to do so. It's just a matter of time, especially because Rosanna's members only is early. Thanks, Beth. I appreciate that. Um, she switched when her members only was, so that if I did go over, we didn't like cross wires. But I, for the last necklace, I wanted chains that was mixed metal completely that you could wear. Hello, Pauline. Um, and so I've been sitting here assembling chains, but my eyes are watering because of allergies, and so it hasn't been as easy as it should have been. I also want to let you guys know that getting the orders out isn't because of me. It's because I'm waiting for somebody else. And for example, they don't like to pull beads when everybody's in the store because he doesn't want his business out there. But Monday he had a family dinner. Tuesday he has his massage. Last night he had to go check out a venue for where their band is going to play. And tonight he has something, but if I can go in at 4, we can go ahead and pull orders. So this is what I'm like dealing with on the other situation that I'm trying to figure it out. So I don't know if I'm just going to start pulling at least 3 strands of everything so I can get going. If we don't figure it out, I will be sourcing things elsewhere. Love his beads, don't want to do that. It's just or I come in and pull orders when he's not there, and then it just matter. So yeah, so that's the thing. It's all good. Hi, Rosanna. Hi, Gloria. So it's just been a mess. But Rosanna, I found 2 lapis pendants and 2 bronzite pendants. So I thought that would make you happy to know that there will be 2 lapis and 2 bronzite in Saturday's sale if I don't take a week off. I'm going back and forth. If this ends up being a cold and not allergies, I will probably just take a weekend off. But also, I miss you guys. So it just depends. We'll see how it's going. Anyways, so if you haven't been here for the last couple of days, you let me get you caught up a little bit so that you understand why we're doing what we're doing today. Yeah. I love those seed beads, but I wish they'd been a little bit fatter or this bale had been a little bit smaller. Just saying. Okay, so we started. Let's go down to the mat, Heather, otherwise they can't see what you're doing. Okay, so we started off the week with this Wild Horse Jasper. And it still could be Wild Horse Turquoise. I haven't gotten a definitive say one way or the other. So it'll be priced as if it's Jasper, but you might end up with Wild Horse Turquoise. Just saying. If you were to purchase this, of course. So we started off with this because I had these beads in my stash where I did something I know we're all a little guilty of, which is we see beads we really like. We're afraid that we're not going to have enough or they will sell out. So we buy a bunch of them and then they stay in their stash. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Caroline. So I wanted to show how we could do this. So day one, we did silver. Now, these beads technically have a very faint gold wash over them. So we did a gold situation that lands about an inch above where this pendant would hit you if you were wearing both. Today, we are going to make some links, but then we are going to attach it. You guys are really far away. Using these chain pieces, and I can't decide if I want these, like if I want this and then a link, this and then a link or not, but so far I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I kind of wanted 10, but if it takes too long, 8 can be enough. So I made these just using the same little Tinky Tot oval jump rings that we've used on the other portions of the design. And so, wait, what is that one? Oh, no, it's fine. So I wanted to continue that in this layer of it. Like I said, I don't know if this will end up shorter or longer, or as just another option to layer with either one, not necessarily all three at the same time. Like I said, I wanted to get at least one more done. And then if we make a short necklace, that's good. Otherwise, we can make a bracelet. Hello, Tina. So, but that's the situation. So, if you are going assembly line when putting together a chain, that simply looks like whichever loop that you start off with or finish with, they are all open. So we start by just taking the silver jump ring, and then we're just going to close this one. Easy peasy. We grab a secondary one. We pick up 2 more of the oval Tinky Tots. And then we grab it and go through the... Ooh, I have this at a weird angle. Okay, through that one and that one. Come on, cooperate. Thank you. See, I told you, I have very watery eyes today. So, like, seeing where the little end is and whatnot, it goes. But I was trying to finish this. I was not sure how I was going to do the mixed metals on this one. Oh, what are you doing, Heather? You need to attach that or it does you no good. Okay. So yeah, the watering eyes in combination with the mixed metal in combination with the itty bitty Tinky Tots not wanting to cooperate that's why I've been picking up more than 2 at a time, because if I don't, we could be here all day with this, and I don't want that. I want to finish it, and obviously we're under a tad bit more of a time crunch because I want to be respectful of the fact that Rosanna's live or members only used to start a half an hour earlier, and she changed it so that even on Thursday when it is Mormons, not that kind of membership, members only um live, it didn't conflict. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is the 6th. And then I just put a plain silver one in with without any extras. So there are a total of 7 of the um 7 of the silver jump rings. Sorry guys. And of course, I don't actually blow anything out. It just wants to drip down my face. Annoying. That was probably TMI. I apologize. There's one thing, like one is authentic, the other is TMI. Have fun at IKEA, Gloria. I want to go look at some shelving options for in here, which I'm glad we're at where we're at in our relationship, my husband and I, because he would probably be like, babe, you back in the day. And he still might today if he thinks I'm just being crazy. Um, I would like do stuff and he would be like, I don't understand why you're doing that. So no. Um, but because every time it's been the right thing, he's like, got it now. For example, when we bought our new couch a couple years ago, I then turned around and spent $180 on couch legs that are 6 inches. And he was like, why are you doing this? Why did we just buy a new couch if you have to buy more cushions? Oh, good. You forgot to leave that open. You didn't add extras. He was like, and I was like, well, we breed dogs, and the males like to mark when the girls are in heat, and that gives us enough clearance where we do not have to wash our couch during every time we have females breeding. So he just didn't understand it, and then 3 days after the fact, I got the customary. Oh yeah, that was a really good idea, babe. You know, we all get it. So yeah, he is so sweet. It took a lot of training to get him there. Just kidding, babe. If you're listening, I love you, but it also is the truth. But we got together. We've known each other since we were 3 and 4. We got together just before my 18th birthday. Got married. We got together at the end of December. I turned 18 in January, and then we got married that same June. So we have quite literally grown up together. And we also had our kids very young, which ended up being a blessing. When I needed to have a hysterectomy when I was 24, we already had our 3 beautiful babies. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get to be a mom. So, but yeah, we didn't get all of this happened in 98 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our daughter was born in November of 98. She was the first official Super Bowl baby before that was a thing. Just saying, we started the trend, folks. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just put this one on. Then we have just one more. Yep, he's here. I grew up, you're still questionable. Really? Is that why you used Y-O-U-R and not Y-O-U-R-E? Sir? Sir? Love you. Love you. I might have missed something he said. I have to tease him about his spelling. You're not a puppy to be trained. Okay, just saying, sir. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's a reason that the verse directly after Adam was created, God said, and God saw Adam needed a helpmate. So this is not new information, but yes. Oh, thank you. I love making change. Well, duh, there's an apostrophe, but you're the one who forgot it altogether. Anyways, love y'all. Hi, Barbara. Stephen and I are having a common argument. But in the best way possible. I knew he was listening and that he would probably have to go like in his truck. So, because he doesn't keep his phone in his jeans anymore because he's broken too many. He just broke another one yesterday, so tell me how I can train that out. It's why we pay for the best or the insurance on a monthly basis. Oh my goodness. Can you please work? Yeah, I really like this chain a lot. I originally had it and wasn't sure that I was going to do two of the oval, but when I put it together, it just had more of a presence and the chain got to have its own moment before we add any gemstones to it. It looks pretty. But I knew I didn't want to do two silvers. That would have been more of a masculine design if I would have done two of the silver, which would look nice. And if you wanted to do a his and hers piece, that is a simple way to basically use the same testing you. What are you testing me about? It's fine. I love you. They all know that. They all know you love me. And no, I'm not gonna sing the Barney song that just started playing in my head. Dang it. That damn purple dinosaur. Strikes again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay. Can everybody tell that these allergies are driving me nuts? I'm still laughing. I just oh goodness gracious. Steve, you need to explain to them just how much they mean to me. There has been plenty of times Steve has been like, well, then just don't do it, babe. And I'm like, but I have to do it. And when I say have to, I mean in the very best way. But this is the time when I get to talk to you guys and get feedback. And while recorded videos have its own like benefit, not so much for me because I don't edit. I prefer the engagement of the live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that should be good. That should be more than good. So now we just have to decide, do we want the link to like just have all 3 colors with like a gold ball in between them, but we wrap it on silver wire where we just go like this. We could put bead caps on them. I don't necessarily think that they would need the bead caps, but I could be wrong. We're not going to do very many of the links, so yeah. Yeah, I like to be able to do it. Yeah, watery eyes, watery nose. I did not have allergies except to freshly cut grass until like it started last year, but this year it has kicked my butt in a way I was not ready for. Yeah, I agree. No bead caps. Okay, so now I need silver wire, which is nope, that's only 24 gauge. We're not doing that. You guys, I've been looking everywhere for more of those flower beads. I need to figure out if I ordered them from Bargain Bead Box, I wouldn't have any. That explains why I don't have any more. But I have 2, 4, I have 8 of the white. But I don't have any more of the purple. So, okay, silver wire. Heather, you just had it out. This is going to be annoying. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, I guess that we're going to wrap them in gold and we will put silver beads in between because I have both of those 2 things right here at the ready. So we're going to switch that up a little bit. And we're going to pull. I have all of my, I tried to remember to put all of my tools together away before I start a live. That way, as I need it throughout the live, I look more organized than what I actually am. Okay, let's start with that. And then we will see how we're going to end up. We are going to, or I'm going to, get all of the wire flat like this. I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and I'm going to bend. So I get them all at once. Then we start our pattern and we are just going to start by, oh wait, nope. I wanted smaller holes than this. That will get used later. I just like smaller wraps because I want to keep this, like I said, yes, the beads are going to be there, but I don't want them to like become the thing everybody's looking at. I don't know. Maybe am I just weird that I don't like the triple wraps and I don't like I don't know. I'm probably crazy. Well, we know I'm crazy. I just don't know if I'm crazy about this or not. And I probably should have cut some more gold. Especially since I just did that. I hope I didn't cut these too short. That is always a possibility when it comes to me. Let's get 3 more. I'll make these 3 longer so that if more is needed, these ones can be the start to it. And then I'm going to drop my round nose pliers. Okay, there we go. We will go ahead. Exactly. That's exactly the way that I feel about it, Michelle. You like the hybrid loops? Yeah. I had to come up with something because I didn't really like simple loops because I don't trust them as much. So then I knew I had to come up with like something different. I just didn't know what that something different was gonna look like. And I played around with various ideas, and that is how the hybrid link was born and added to my. That is not one. And that's where I came from. I just tried to, it's just the only problem is that it's a very delicate length to think about because either you're like me and don't want to waste wire, so you don't cut enough wire. And so it's well, you might have enough, but it's right on that edge of this is a pain in the butt to wrap, or you're cutting off a lot of excess, which I don't like either. Beading supplies are not cheap, in case you didn't already know that. And being a Joann's, that used to be, come on, why is this doing this? Used to be like less than a mile from my house, and that is no more. I also have to keep track of, I'm about to let a mouse drop. Sorry. I have to like plan better with my wire. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know that makeup was the right move today, but I could take it off right after this if it's still bugging me. So, anyways, come on. 2 more. And if it ends up I need more than this, I can make them at that time. Okay, so now we're going to, I don't know why, but all of the pinks seem to be slightly smaller. So I'm just gonna put the pink in the center because she deserves it. Okay, so the only thing we have to decide is if we want daisy spacers in between these or if we want the silver ball spacer in between, a combination. Keep it simple so the chain is the star, or go ahead and add daisy spacers, which I'm looking for now, right here. I will put up both options and we can decide from there. So we're going to come up with and purple. Idea 2. Okay, guys, these are the 3 options. There's the ball spacer, 1 daisy spacer, 2 daisy spacers. Tell me what you think. I know that it's not really going to matter, but I kind of see this as the opposite of the chain, whereas we use the 2 gold oval rings and 1 silver, and now this one would be 1 gold and 2 silvers. 2 daisy. Okay, what did I miss? 2 daisies. Yeah, that's what I thought. Heather, I hope Heather, you know how I feel about the rough loops. Yes. You're fine, Tammy. Love, glad you're here. Oh yeah, you have the funeral tomorrow. Okay. Alrighty, so we are going to go with the 2 daisy spacers rather than the ball spacers. So I'm just gonna go up about 1 millimeter with this space, and I'm gonna push that over. I should just push it over with my hand. I could do that as well, but at least allergies, for the most part, don't affect me the way that getting sick does. When I'm sick, like sick, then I'm down for the count. You guys know what? I didn't even cut these. I got so excited to talk about the options. I will have to go in there and tuck those the next step. How did I do that? It's okay. I prefer to tuck ends after the beads are on anyhow. Okay. I told you guys it's easier once the beads are on for me to tuck my ends, so I always tuck them both at the same time because even cutting the ends, at least the wire can't like jump up when you have a bead there, if you know what I mean. Like sometimes you'll be trying to wrap your excess around and instead of going around, it will go off at an angle like that. That is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to like trying to wrap um or trying to tuck in my ends. It drives me crazy. Okay, so we are going to do, yeah, I like the 2 daisy spacers. Glad we were all in agreement. This is why I like beading more than politics. We can come to a general concession amongst us all. Ugh. And if somebody had a different opinion, it's perfectly okay because they can make it their way, right? They can make this necklace and do it the way they thought would look better. And that's the thing. And I'm like Rosanna, I don't get into politics, but my daughter told me the other day that mothers taking Tylenol during pregnancy is making their children autistic. Which, of course, which many of you might not know, but my daughter was afraid she wouldn't be able to get pregnant because she has endometriosis and PCOS. So it was already like a thing. And she, of course, watched, did everything that everybody said you should do or shouldn't do. Like, she's a sandwich girl like her mama, that if you but it's been out there that eating cold deli meats can cause you to have a miscarriage. So she became very popular of the very she became a fan of French dip, and but that was basically it. It's like all these different things. So for it to be said that something like that is the mom's fault, especially my oldest son is on the spectrum, so Jericho was just like, "Ugh, we already worry about everything enough. We really don't need to worry about that because it's literally the only thing you can take." So that got me, but I'm not going to get all the way on my soapbox about it because we could be here all day. Right? I gave up politics for beating. Yep, yep, yep. Ugh. But that's just fun. But we won't get into it. That was just one that like got to me. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We probably won't need all of these. Hey, no bark. Know what they're barking at. Okay, so let's start doing the loops. All we're gonna do is grab our round nose pliers at the same spot we did the other loop wheel, and we're gonna do the loop. We will come back and finish said loop. Pull it down. Next, I have to pick up this tool because this one might have been a bit short. Come on. You can cooperate and come into place. There's more than enough wire for the loop. And my little wrap. Nope. That one will have to be redone. If it's even needed. We'll put that over there. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even brought that up, guys. I apologize. I could have kept that, in my opinion, to myself. I apologize. I shouldn't have brought that up. I certainly don't want politics in the beading world because I like you guys and I don't want who I just almost jumped over about 1,000 days. These spacers, not a good idea to have that right here at the ready. I think I have them all wrapped. So now we can just take this and pull it around. Then the next one. That one is already wrapped around, just needs to be cut. This one just needs to be wrapped. Same with this one. Okay. Are those all done? No, this one needs to be wrapped around. Okay. I think that's everybody. So now we can go in and trim this last little bit. Grab the thinner pliers. Get in here and tuck that end and this end. One. That one needs to be redone. We put it over there. Trim. Squish. Ugh. Do, do, do. Does anybody have weekend plans? Yeah. Yup. I It's crazy to me that like marriages have ended and families have been torn apart. Like that blows my mind. So that's why I try to keep them out of here and off my channel. But yeah, that one just as a mom of a child that's on the spectrum, like I just that just hurt me and hurt me for all of the young moms who now blame themselves. The divorce rate in the autism world is very high. The pendulum is swinging back the other way. But for a very, very long time, it was something that literally ended marriages. So that hurts my heart. Okay. So we're just going to put these little winky links in here. And then add a piece of chain on the other side. And like I said, I would much rather, I kind of like that the chain is the star on here. I haven't decided if I'm going to even put a focal or if I'm just going to attach two pieces of the wire together. I could very easily just make another link just like that one. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Um, I don't know. We'll have to decide if it needs a focal or not. I love this chain. I love learning new links from Linda over at Gumnut. And I like how she shows like how to incorporate the various different links into one chain. I can't wait to photograph this. I need to get caught up on my photographs so that you guys can see like a better picture. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go ahead and add the piece of chain over here. I don't know if it's gonna connect to something or not. That one still has a little sticky outy. Sticky outy is a very important technical term within the jewelry world. Just kidding. I don't even know why I just said it that way. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot. Do, 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 do. So I'm gonna have to go and change the hashtags on this and add it to my Beaded Change Challenge playlist. Oh. Okay, do I have everything attached? No, I have one more link to attach, and then we can decide if we're going to make a focal or not. If I end up doing so, I can always like make the link very similar, but maybe wrap the gold wire down and around it, and maybe even try to get it in between the two daisy spacers. That could be pretty. If I could do it, that would be pretty. Right? I absolutely agree. The sticky outy bit, yeah. We all say it. Sticky outy is a very important term. But yes, when you genuinely love it. And that's why I'm so into the jewelry journals, so that you can look back and see that piece that brought you joy when you finished it. It's great. So I think I am going to see if I can manage to get the wraps right. Where is the Get the wraps in between the daisy spacers? I think that would look really cool. So I'm going to give it a try. I just have to remember that I need the extra space to get the wire in between those when I wrap it. So I'm gonna need a longer piece of wire if I'm going to be wrapping it. I would say 5, maybe 6. I hope the 20 gauge won't be too thick. We're gonna give it a go. So on one side, we actually need to either make a loop and determine that we're going to put something else on it, or do a knotted head pin. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try the knotted head pin first, but I'm hoping I didn't. I'm not gonna need to but I will still have enough to wrap with, because I did just have to use some of my link. We will see how much is left. I'm pretty sure I just kind of yeah, I don't think I left myself enough space to wire wrap, because the beads are going to go to here and then they're going to go to here. So I'll use this for an earring or something. This is why, as content creators, we say we'd rather have too much than not enough. I am someone that will go back and at least make jump rings out of this, but if I didn't, I just wasted this wire completely and had to cut a new one. All so in effect, wasting more wire than we wanted to. So come on. This one doesn't want to go all the way to the end and through. Did I get it? I got it. And then I go up just enough so that I can pull that down. Okay. Now, we are going to put, when we decide to attach this, we need to make sure that we do have the right color order. So we're going to do green and then 2 daisy spacers. And I'm kind of glad that I just looked down here because these 5 right here are larger than the other ones I've been using, but I think will look better with the wraps to use the bigger ones. Just because then it doesn't get over, like it still keeps its presence once we wrap the 20 gauge wire in between them. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. And I didn't just completely confuse you all. Oh, I only need a 4. Duh. I don't know what I just dropped, but it's okay. Okay. Why is it not going all the way down? There it goes. Okay, so obviously we're going to need more room before we start the wrap. So I'm going to go up about 4 millimeters. And then I'm going to wrap. I'm going to try to go in between, wrap, in between, and down. So we do actually need this to go up a little bit so we have room to wrap down at our knotted head pin. Okay, Quinn, why? Okay, really? I'm like 2 seconds away from just balling some up and sticking it in my nose for the rest of the live. I'm like that close, ladies, that close. Okay, now we're gonna go at the same spot we did, actually a little bit higher up, since we'll be attaching 2 things, over and down, come up under, and now this is the fun part. What am I going to use to hold this as I wrap it? Do I want, I'm going to use the pliers, yes. So I want to go around the gold, which the first one is always the hardest wrap. Okay, squish that up. Pull this tight. See, that's the problem. It doesn't always. It either goes or it doesn't. Am I right? It either does what we want it to or it doesn't. See, I didn't notice it did that. Okay, let me see if I can find some 22 gauge wire. That will make this exponentially easier. 22 gauge gold wire. That's 18 gauge. Wrong direction. That's 24. That's too thin. .22 gauge gold wire. Now we're cooking. This will make life so much easier for me. I think I still want to go ahead and leave. Should I go back down to the smaller daisy now or no? And does everybody know how to do a knotted head pin? Yeah, right? Okay, in case you don't, this is how a knotted head pin works. You go down to the very tippy tip of whatever round nose pliers you're using, where you don't feel it above, but it doesn't do that little click noise like it just did. And then you're going to go around 2 full turns like that till the end of the wire is back parallel with your wraps. And then you're going to wrap this, like wind this up in the direction you need to go. This is especially necessary when you're using shorter bits of wire than what I'm using right now. Then you want to grab your nylon jaw pliers, and I like to grab to where my knot can sit up against there flat, because if it can't, then you're not going to get a good clean knot. Then you just pull. I like to come in and do a little bit of a squishy squish, and then I pull a second time, and then we're good. And you can strengthen or straighten it either using the nylon jaw pliers or by doing that. So we're going to start with the green at the bottom. At the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back down to the smaller pins because I don't want, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. And then the pink, 2 of the smaller daisies, and then the purple. And this was probably way too much, but you know. Okay, now, again, we're still going to need to leave some space for the wraps to go in and around those. So I'm going to go up. That's between 4 and 6 millimeters. I hope that wasn't too much. We'll see. I like to go right into the groove and hold my pliers at an angle. I wrap around down and I make the pliers parallel with the board, and we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and go around this once before I push the next bead up. I know I have to hold this, but I just don't want it to get too far. There we go. Now I want this to go in between the 2 silver. Sorry if you cannot see right now. Going in between the silver may not be the move. It's not working. Okay, so I will just wrap around the beads with the gold is what I'm going to do from here on out. What did I do? Okay, you come off, and then we'll cut off the top, and the other ones can come off on that side. And the wire can go bye-bye. I'm just going to do a quick and easy wrap. So we'll try this one more time. 22 gauge wire. I just hope that if this is teaching, I hope this is teaching you that the rest of us have the same struggles, regardless if they are a content creator, someone who sells their jewelry, or someone who uses this as their hobby or therapy. Like, we all have the same moments where what we want, what we see in our mind is not coming across um, it's not working out. And either you keep trying until you get what you want, or until you finally stop being stubborn and realize that it's just not quite feasible. Okay, so there's the knotted head pin, green on the bottom, two little daisy spacers, ink, a little daisy spacer, and purple. I think the gold is still going to look pretty no matter how it gets wrapped around, if I even gave myself enough wire, which I'm not entirely sure I did. So it's already 7 after. Rosanna's going live soon. And of course, I'm like half an inch too little. That's what it will look like, guys, if and when I ever get this figured out. Woo! There we go. Oh my goodness sakes. And now I'm going to have pulled off way too much wire. Squish that together. Pull it up and around to put it through the bottom of the wrap. Nylon jaw pliers. If you had problems with knotted head pins before this, at least you got to see it multiple times, right? Right. It was beneficial, not just my whatever it is today. Allergies, what can we blame it on? Lack of sleep last night. Where is the other little daisy spacer? There's one. Oh. Okay, and the purple. And luckily, oh, I have a key right there. Come on. We will get this done one way or another. Who sings that song? And we did it, folks. We got it, and the piece of wire is long enough that it can be used for another purpose and won't just go in the garbage. Okay, there we go, guys. It is wrapped. We are going to attach our chain into it. Just a very simple, well, it looks simple. It's not as simple. But if you pull it off to where that's, people see it as beautiful, it's not difficult. All I did was put together a chain. It's more time consuming than difficult. But coming up with a pattern for a chain can take a bit. I figured out how I wanted to do it off camera, so you guys didn't get to see that process, but very easy once you do, which I can do it long version next time. But this one looks like it would be a bit longer, but then you could wear it with the layer that has the larger purple flower. Where did I put those? Oh, here's this one. There's the one. So it looks like you're going to be able to wear those two together and have them draped nicely. I'm probably going to do a chain extender at the back, but this might be short enough that you could, no, it's gonna hit. If you wanted to, you could take off the last two chains and it would work, but this gives you the versatility of having this be the smaller one, whether you wear it with this or you wear it with that. But I'm happy with it. I will do the earrings and the bracelet. It'll just be a weekly series. But we'll get to the bracelet and earrings tomorrow. Because I don't want to run over, and I also want you all to have a chance to go tinkle if you need to before she goes live. Refresh your drinks. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for being patient with me. I know sometimes it takes me a minute to figure things out, but I would rather you guys see just how many times it takes us. I like you to see it from start to finish. So in that way, I'm glad that I don't edit, because I used to drive me crazy when I could tell something had been edited over and over and over again. And I was like, what was happening? Wait, what? Because sometimes I found the failure taught me more than when they just did it from start to finish perfectly. But that's just me. Anyways, ladies, I hope you all have. Sorry, hadn't taken a drink this whole time. I hope that you guys all have a brilliant rest of your day. Love you guys. If you could share with other like-minded people, or would like to become a member of my channel, all members receive 5% off of their orders starting October 1st. And as long as you're a member during the month, then you qualify for the discount. So I think that's everything. I will talk to you later. As always, happy beading.